we're live again, second time today.
And we're live on YouTube now too.
So, yeah, go to our YouTube channel if you don't want to watch on Facebook. So we're live in both places and it looks a bit weird from here. Yeah. We're here to talk about the second half of today. We had a nice little lunch break. Well, Joe and I didn't because we were running around places. And we got to see the last, how many this afternoon? Five entries. So who would like to start us off? Danny? Oh, sorry, our special guest here. Can you please introduce yourselves to our lovely listeners?
I'm Leuve Helga Gumsdottir. I'm doing press for Fauces, the OG.
So we've got a lovely Icelandic view of things tonight, which is...
Just conveniently on the wall, it's just shown today's running order. We have Moldova, Romania, Denmark, Austria and Sweden. That's what we saw this afternoon.
So we'll have to start off with Moldova now.
We will.
Okay.
So, Nick, do you want to kick off with Moldova?
I will.
Chief blogger this afternoon.
I was just sorting out stuff. Yeah, so I think I was probably one of us who saw that. I don't know if you saw it as well. But
I saw a glimpse of it, but I saw the press conference. It was interesting.
So when they set it up, they deliberately, I don't know if it was deliberate, but they had part of it where louder. So when they were setting up, they'd left the word "stay" up on the right-hand side, and there was sort of like a white background with some cracks in it. Then it became quite imminent that this wasn't just a white background; it was sand. And then, see, once the performance starts, it's the return of the sand artist.
Or is it a sand artist rather than
It's not the sand artist. No. She was in America's Got Talent last month, actually. But
Okay.
This one is...
This is Sand Artist 2, Moldova style.
Zero.
Yeah.
Return of the Sand Artist.
Return of a Sand Artist, right, yeah. So what basically happens, I didn't realise this the first time round because the first rehearsal got cut about 2/3 of the way through. There's so you've got you've got Anna stood there, and just behind her, Anna's in white, and just behind her there in black is the sand artist, a sand artist.
An artist made of sand.
An artist who likes to use sand, basically with like a pad, and on the pad, and the camera zooms in, you can see her like sort of like fingering the sand, and on the LED background, whatever she's doing apparently is there on the screen as well. Now, whether that's sort of her just sort of like pretending to play, like when you pretend to play an instrument, it being on there, we're not sure yet. So vocally, it was okay. To be honest with you, the unoriginality of the sand didn't really do anything for me. But it was a good, competent performance. I don't know if anybody else saw any of it or had any.
Well, apparently it's not a sand. It's called snow art. And they invented this especially for this occasion. At least this is what they told us in the press conference.
Okay.
But this is the same artist. I believe it is the same artist as in 2011.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Ksenia,
Yes.
Ahmad said it's Ksenia Simonova.
Okay.
Yes, it is the same artist. So a little bit of recycle here.
Yeah.
But no, it's not sand. It's something else than sand. I don't know, crystals or snow art. It's officially called.
The staging is quite different from Ukraine 2011, where that was kind of in the background. The focus was really on the artist, and that was in the background. This time, the focus is really on the sand, and Anna seems to get completely lost in this performance. There's points where she's basically a little dot on the screen, and there's not many close-ups of her. You hardly see her, and it's basically sand artist featuring Anna Obadescu. And for me, it doesn't kind of quite work from that way. She's a fantastic singer. Vocally, she was amazing. But I feel that it's just a little bit too been done that, got the t-shirt, thrown out because it's smoked,
But then when you look at the casual viewer, how many of them are going to go, oh yeah, that's from 2011 in Ukraine? I don't know that the casual viewer is really going to pick up on it. Us, yeah.
Possible. And to be fair, that song wasn't elevated and did a lot better than anyone expected.
That is very true.
Yeah.
I don't think this one just works well on screen. It's just not quite as captivating. But then we've seen it before, so interesting.
Those of us that did see it, is it likely to go through?
I would say it's fairly unlikely.
Yeah.
It's difficult because it was out of context because it wasn't in its usual running order spot. They moved it to the afternoon. It's in third spot, but it ran fifth. Sort of contrasting it with Romania, I don't really think helped. But maybe when it's earlier in the day, when it's in its rightful place, we'll see in the second rehearsals. We'll keep an open mind, but I say at the moment it's struggling.
What was the reaction in the press centre
Um,
when it was all revealed?
I think first of all there was a bit of confusion as to what was going on. Some people were saying sand, people were saying is that really sand, and then obviously it was only during the second rehearsal we really were quite sure what was going on. So, but the first one there seemed to be some technical problems. So that's not uncommon for a first rehearsal.
We love a technical problem.
Yes, this was probably obviously this is one of the ones so far with the most technical issues of the last few days. And I think they've still got a bit to work on. I don't think it's going to qualify just because I think some of it's a bit dated. It's a bit Eurovision 2004, and it was probably done well then, but now I think we've got quite a bit.
Yeah. I never really had a dance qualifying. Joe and I, we were in the press conference room, which is like 5 minutes in that way, so we missed it. So what we've got to add now is
it is. So we'll probably scoot straight on to the next one, shall we? Which is they're good friends and neighbours from Romania. They won't be next to each other in the actual draw. So there was a switch around. So Latvia and Moldova switched places in terms of the running order and the rehearsals. I'm not entirely sure why. I assume there was a reason behind it. But yeah, so Romania were next. ESCBubble on a Sunday.
On a Monday?
Yeah.
On a Monday.
She was on a Sunday on a Monday. So it was very similar to the video. So the concept of it was quite well known. Esther has a chair. She's got that background of buildings. She's got some dancers on stage that were quite hattery like.
Yeah,
yes?
I heard so.
You saw, yeah. So they were in some sort of like leather cross, and they were sort of doing like a dance where they were like pouring at her and things like that. It was quite unusual. The stage didn't seem to be a bit all over the place to me. I wasn't quite sure. Obviously, they wanted to bring. They already had that concept. They wanted to bring it to stage, but I just wasn't quite sure whether it's translated properly yet. She has a very big note in there, and she was struggling with it in quite a few of the run-throughs. So, but that said, I think it will look okay on TV. From what I can see.
To spend absolute fortune on it, was it obvious what they spent the money on?
No, the chair.
Nice chair.
Lovely chair.
What a lovely DFS, do you think so for sale, or do you think something a bit classy?
I don't know. I think it might actually be from Laura Ashley or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not Laura Ashley in Romania.
Why would they not?
Did anyone else see it?
No.
No.
Again, we were still in the press conference.
Okay.
Yeah, the thing is that what happens is this press conferences, for those of you who don't know it, they're going on at the exact same time as the rehearsals. So sometimes you get to miss things because you can only be in one place at once. So you're running about trying to catch as much as you can. So sometimes you're likely to miss a few things now and then. And that's just the way it is. You'll get to see it next time around.
Yeah, I hope so. Because I don't like missing them. We're here for such a short time, really, relatively.
Yeah.
I want to just grab everything.
Yeah.
So
So
we will see them again in the second rehearsals
We will.
later.
Yeah,
in the
we
week.
will.
We
So
will.
We'll make
And
sure that we
we'll have a
see
more
those
rounded
things, yeah.
opinion of it, because obviously what maybe I see, other people may see it differently. So we'll catch up with the comments because we couldn't have much time on Moldova. So hello Ahmad on the Facebook stream, and hello to Wendy on the YouTube stream. She wants to know our thoughts on Switzerland. I mean, we discussed it this morning, but we don't know what were your thoughts on Switzerland. Did you?
I thought it was great. I thought it was much better than I expected. And he was unexpectedly good.
It's
I
like you
would
read
say.
our script from this morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Super
Yeah.
You're on
Yeah.
trend with us. Yeah. Okay. So
Romania,
yeah.
do we think they have a chance of qualifying?
Yes. I think it can happen.
It's
yeah.
got a lot of diaspora in this family. You've got UK
Yeah.
voting, you've also got Moldova,
Yeah.
you've got that diaspora. They just
Russia.
missed out last year in 11th place from a weak position. So
Was it a weak position? I think it was a much stronger song last year, but
I
I
would
prefer last year.
disagree. I mean, in
I
context
think
of
last year's song.
goodbye.
humans,
Humans.
human.
Humans.
I think in the context of the contest, I think this one has a better chance. Whereas that one was bottom slot 2, and I'm not sure I really love that staging. I don't know. We'll see.
So who's next after Romania then, Nick?
Oh, who's next after Romania? It was Denmark. Yes. I saw
right now.
I saw Denmark. So look, I'm not going to get any ins and outs of my thoughts on the songs because I think it's vile. But
with capital VILE.
Obviously I did have to watch the Danish Melody Grand Prix final just to see what it was like. So it's more or less the same. I think
just two more backing
two more backing singers. Yeah, it's a big. I think it's actually a bigger chair she's on. It is what it is. You know, I can see a lot of people like it. There's a lot of people in the press centre who are really like. It's really their sort of thing. It's a bit too sweet and sickly for me.
Pretty much.
Well, I get a little bit scared because she stares a lot into the camera, and we counted. She blinks 26 times, which is well under the average of how a normal person blinks. So it's scientifically proven that she's scary.
Yeah,
a little bit scary, and also it's just like they're wobbling to left to right. It's like oh, we're on a campfire and we're strumming our guitar and like everything is so fine. It's just I find it a little bit boring.
It makes me a bit seasick.
Yeah,
it makes me just sick.
But I still think it's gonna. I mean, I don't hate it as much as you guys do, but I don't think it's gonna. I still think it's gonna qualify, but quite easily.
As I said in the blog today, it's my 42nd of the year. All right. Some may point out there's only 41 songs.
You're not getting an interview with the Danish TV then this year?
I've got
So, but both Anne and I have got a veto.
Yeah.
So
We're
I
not going to
have vetoed
I think
Denmark.
my only
So,
problem,
go
I'm
on
sorry
in.
if I'm being harsh, my problem is that I find it so sickly sweet and it's really twee. I don't know if that word translates very well into other
But
languages.
it's obviously sweet. That's the problem.
yeah, it's very safe and very peaceful.
And I'm not going to get drawn in by what they're trying to do with it because it's just too over. No, because I'm just not that. I don't know.
It's just. I don't think it's that. I mean, come on. Is it your worst Eurovision song ever?
Certainly for the last decade.
Time Bell.
It's possibly the worst since Bana Bana.
Oh my god, you can't hate on Bana
so
Bana.
bad.
You hate Bana Bana.
You can't
You hate Bana Bana.
Oh, Joey.
Okay.
I'm taking a
Time
straight
Bell, yeah.
It's not worse than Seuss. So
Oh no, don't have a go at Seuss.
Or Alive.
No, that was good.
it's like that.
Good. We love
like
that.
trash.
We love trash.
We
Yeah.
love trash, but we don't like Denmark this year.
Yeah. We don't like safe.
That does need to go
Trash.
out with the trash.
Manufactured trash that doesn't mean it's not authentic.
Okay.
It's not.
Look.
Sorry.
So putting our own thoughts aside, do we realistically think that there are people out there that will vote for this?
Yes.
Yes.
So can it go through?
Yes.
It's the
Borderline
giant chair.
on
The first
politics.
time
Oh, no, I think it's a problem.
I didn't know.
Yes.
The first time I ever saw it, I was drunk in Vilnius and I was transfixed by the giant chair. She has the giant chair. There is a chance that there could be drunk people in Vilnius.
I just think there's too many other songs that are better.
I agree.
And we're about to talk about one of those songs in Austria as the next song. Because I would have been worried before seeing Austria that maybe Denmark could have been borderline, but then you remember there are songs like Austria that are also in the semi-final that are kind of looking for those kind of sort of 6th to 10th places after some of the big ones.
Austria switched to Sweden for some strange reason. I don't know
Yeah.
why Austria and Sweden changed quite much, but then that was.
But obviously Sweden wants more practice time, and since the camera crew is all Swedish, then
Yeah,
you know.
IT guys are Swedish, half the team here is Swedish.
yeah,
You know?
Yeah.
they will put the extra hour to get Sweden through.
So,
So what did we think of the Panda?
Go on. Yes.
Can I-
You're Richard.
Yeah. I've loved this song since it came out. I find it's one of the ones where I've had to look up the lyrics and I feel the lyrics and I think they're quite authentic. They're about the pain of when everything in life is just overwhelming you, and it's when that overwhelming feeling becomes the norm, and it resonates with me so much. But the girl can sing. She does that squeaky voice all the way through, which is fine, but she starts black and white, and then it moves into certain colours and ends with like
where'd you get that
blue
idea from, eh?
Yeah, I don't know where
from
she
Joe
possibly
this
got that
morning.
idea.
If you're watching our
Shocking,
earlier
yeah.
Facebook Live, but it's lovely. She makes full use of all the overhead lighting as well, the little triangles that are over the front, and that's the first one I've seen that does that. It's twinkly, it's beautiful, she cries, it's authentic.
Yeah.
Qualifier.
I think this is a good example of how the Eurovision is evolving, like into good radio-friendly songs. And for me, I like this song personally, but the staging was a little bit disappointing since it's very much Sanna Nielsen until 2014. Yeah, I think so. But okay, you obviously don't agree.
We like the controversy,
Yeah, but yeah, when I was watching it, it's totally Sanna Nielsen.
I think it looks really good on the screen.
Yeah,
Maybe Sanna Nielsen mixed with Lucy Jones when it has the explosion of the
could be.
but silver instead of gold.
Yeah.
There's a lot more going on up there.
But yeah, there's sort of long shots where you can see the what's that thing? Ceiling.
Oh,
When you see the lights sort of coming from there, and it does look really good. And she definitely is feeling, I believe, every single word she's singing.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And at the end, she actually almost teared up. I think she was actually
She did.
was crying.
Yeah.
And I think if you do that on the night, then you're going to get votes.
Yeah. I
Viewers
think
are going to love this.
I think the thing that gives it the impact is that slowly bringing in the colour, because the most notable visual thing about Panda is her bright blue hair that you wouldn't otherwise expect for someone kind of sort of singing that kind of song. So when you suddenly kind of notice that kind of like partway through, it's like, oh, and it's kind of like one of those moments where you kind of sort of stand up and kind of think, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So I think that has impact, and I think that keeps the viewer engaged throughout the song. So I was really pleasantly surprised by the staging. I thought it works really well.
Actually, one of our ESCBubble team is seeing this doll. I'm not actually sure who that is, because you're applying under ESCBubble and not our own account. But the thing is it's difficult to, your opinion can change when you hear or when you see a song live on TV. I wasn't a massive fan of this, it was sort of mid-table for me, but I really liked the performance. So don't make your final decision on a song until you actually see the live performance, because it could make or break.
It's kind of the Estepini effect.
Yes.
Yeah. And the same, I suppose, with Moldova, we could say, I haven't seen the Sand thing. Maybe if I see the Sand thing, I'll go, oh my God, that Stay song is so good. But I can't say that wouldn't happen. It might happen. I've loved Moldova for the last 2 years.
So do we think that Austria is going to qualify?
I think yes, very much so.
I think yes.
So I missed the first run through because I was not in the hall, but I saw the second and the third one, and they were playing around with the colours at the beginning. So they had a black and white start and a colour start, and they both looked like they could be quite effective. I was quite shocked by sort of how good it looked on the screen. The panning up to the music and going back and forward along the ceiling, as you were saying, it looks fantastic. And it's a very contained performance as well. It's very focused on Panda and Panda alone. I don't really like the song much, to be honest, but I enjoyed the performance. It's a good moment for television, I think, and it'll be good for the show. And I am 100% not sure.
I'm declined to say that they will not qualify given the running order.
Yeah.
But there's so many great songs in this semi-final.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
It feels a much less certain qualified than say Cesar Sampson. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't think anyone expects him
difficult
to do so
to me.
well. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, closing the day on Sweden.
Absolutely fucking amazing. Winner material.
Yeah.
Definitely. I've been saying this all along since Melody Festival, and they're the lowest combinator in a very strange Eurovision year. They will get very high on jury points, very high on public votes, and somehow they will win.
And there's just something about it that just kind of makes me almost see the captions and the credits starting to roll as that song screen, and you can just see it as being the one that's announced as the winner. Well, possibly, but then you could say that for kind of anything that's won a national final. But in this particular case, you just almost kind of sort of imagine that when you see
usually
it.
what they do, I was quite surprised because they usually just pick up the Mel Fest performance and dump it on the Eurovision stage, and they've made it, dare I say it, bearing in mind as a songwriter, it's bigger.
How can they make it? I didn't see it, so tell me about it.
It's bigger, the lights are better. When the big old gospel girls who I love.
Yeah, I love
When
them.
they come in, the whole stage lights up. It's huge, and they're wearing sparkly outfits, and it really comes alive. The lighting behind him is different as well.
Do we know if it's the same 4 girls?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's the same for girls.
Yeah.
And I agree with Anne. It's wonderful that they changed the performance and they don't have the strict Melody Festival script.
That's what they usually do, and it's just,
Yeah, but it still keep the surgery light on, and it changes into a stabler in the end, like Sakis 2009.
Yeah.
Or somehow say it's very similar to a lighthouse, perhaps, but it's much more bright. It's yellow. It's white. It has clear light poles, so you can see his face, his chemistry with the backing vocals. It's wonderful.
There's not so much of the side on bit where he comes on the side of the screen.
Do we think it's too safe?
No,
No.
it's attractive.
I think it's
Yes.
calculated.
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely calculated to
By numbers.
It's calculated and not safe at the same time. If that makes any sense, it's
Yeah.
sort of like just like freestyle in the way they're all out on the stage at the
They're
end.
just jamming.
Sort
at
of
the
like,
end,
they're jamming,
they?
aren't they? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
fantastic. It's just so powerful. And the moment when the key change happens, honestly, it just everybody in the room, you can just.
Well, statistically, key changes don't do well. You never win really win Eurovision.
But they
Also, I
do
know,
well in
but
my
this-
heart.
they do well in Sweden.
Yeah.
In Eurovision.
And I
So
got
yeah,
goosebumps every time.
yeah.
They took
exactly.
the number.
Sweden.
I've heard the song a lot of times, and just to hear it done that way today, it was just incredible.
One thing I will say about today, or this afternoon certainly, of the ones that I saw, vocally there were no problems. We know that these are technical ones, these are not studio vocals or anything like that. I think the vocals have been spot on today. They've been far better quality than we had yesterday.
I agree. Production-wise, sound is also very good now, but they clearly have trouble with the lights. We saw that the Danish Leonarda, she was very white. She was white like a sheet.
She was
Yeah.
overexposed.
Overexposed.
Um,
Denmark, yeah. So they and
That was
everyone
my
in the
discussion
press
when I saw it.
conferences are talking about, oh, we have to fix the lights. We have to fix the lights. Yeah, you do. It's
Mhm.
Perhaps that technician was not here for work today. Who knows?
So we have one more question about Italy, which we'll come on to in a second. But just to kind of sort of finish off with Sweden. So I think we all agree that it's a very definite qualifier, and I'm going to say very much potential winner, and I'd be very surprised if it's not top 3.
Very
There is the
surprised.
talk, obviously, that there's been over the last couple of years of the Sweden televote fatigue. Whether that's going to show with a song of this quality, because I don't think they've had a quality song for a few
Yeah.
years now.
But I don't think this has the, dare I say, the arrogance that kind of
Yes.
sort of almost came across with last year's
And
entry. That I
definitely
think
the
the
year
public
before
is
as well.
It's very
Yeah.
engaging.
whereas this,
Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
this is why I
Engaging.
think it is.
Engaging.
I think it's calculated is the word I would use again.
I think
they know
we do
exactly
well.
what they're doing.
We should see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The moment a song cleans up with every 12 at the jury at Melody
Yeah.
Festival and smashes the televote, there was they changed the scoring this year, and there was like a certain amount you could only get, and he came just short of that total top, only because Bishara won the under 12s, because under 12s and apps, let's not go there. But
So
But
we
now
have.
it's in a competition against completely different songs.
I agree.
Very difficult to-
And I was saying,
It's
when
different juries.
and it's definitely the best Swedish song since Heroes for me, and we know how well Heroes did. So I think,
Yeah.
I'm loath
It's
to
much
scream
better than
with-
Heroes. Heroes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but
No,
Heroes
not
was
bad.
all stage.
I completely disagree. But that's what we love about coming to Eurovision. Everyone has their own
Yeah.
opinion.
And it's
And
right.
it's all totally different, but we don't really care about it.
So we do have a question that's come through a few moments ago. So Gabrielle wants to know our opinions on Italy, who we haven't seen rehearse yet.
Yeah.
So
No.
But-
We rehearse on
it's one that we're
Friday.
very much
Friday.
looking forward to, because again, having seen Sweden as one of the potential winners, and some people are saying that Switzerland's possible kind of sort of top 5 as well. It'll be interesting to kind of sort of gauge the staging and the performance that we'll see from Italy. But it certainly has a lot of potential based on
Yeah.
what we've seen and what we've heard so far from
Yeah.
his live performances. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. But I don't think we see him until
Friday.
Friday. So tomorrow it's the second half of semi-final 2.
Yeah.
I've got some big hitters in there, like the Netherlands,
We have
And
got
Russia.
Netherlands
And
coming,
Russia.
and Azerbaijan.
Guys,
and
oh,
Malta. So
yeah.
quite a few, quite a lot of the top 10
Yeah.
are performing tomorrow. So it's going to be a really exciting day. Things get
Yes.
off at 10 a.m. Israeli time, which is 9 a.m. Central European time, 8 a.m. UK time, and 7 a.m. Icelandic time.
Okay,
So-
it was two.
As we're on stream, some of you might have seen because you've been watching this. Hopefully, we've got the result of the press poll
Oh yeah.
Press poll, which is done
by
ESCBubble.
our
friends at
our friends
ESCBubble
at
go around
ESCBubble,
and
yeah.
ask everybody how they thought
Yeah.
today was, and we voted.
Yeah. So last on 2 points was Latvia.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm gonna have a word.
5 points was Moldova. 6 Romania. 14 Armenia. 14 Ireland. 20 Denmark. 44 Austria. Third. Second was Sweden with 104, and Switzerland had 106. So the top two
Whoa.
are more
Yeah.
or less
Whoa.
tied. So
Interesting.
I would say that's
yeah.
an international jury, though.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So they have lost an
That's-
international
Yeah. So what's the one looking forward to seeing tomorrow? Was
jury. Azerbaijan.
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 He's kind of
Yeah.
not untested because
yes, I'm tested. I think this is an interesting one for me. But we'll see what it's like tomorrow.
Yeah.
Malta, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, look for
Malta.
Tomorrow's going to be a great day.
Yeah.
Right, so we start off tomorrow with Croatia. Yeah, we're excited about that, I think. Malta, and then our friend Juris from Lithuania, Jury Juice from Lithuania. And then we've got Sergey. Nobody said Sergey.
Well, I want to
That's
see. I
interesting,
want to see
actually,
Sergey.
isn't
Yeah.
it?
I think he's kind of fallen by the wayside this year.
Yeah, everyone's
Oh,
like,
he's still second favorite to win the
exactly,
competition,
but
which I find
nobody's talking about him.
No.
But the thing with Russia, though, is going to be the staging. I mean, if he can recreate something like he has in that video, and we all know, exactly what they are capable of achieving in staging Eurovision song, because we've seen what they did with him in
We could
2016.
say that
So it could, that there is that expectation that it could go massive. And I think the betting odds are kind of reflecting that rather
Yeah.
than actually people getting excited about the
Yeah.
song.
That's
So it'll be really interesting, and that's probably the one I'm most interested to see,
Yeah.
simply because that's the one that I think really could
Then we have Albania.
do anything.
So it's Albania after Russia tomorrow, followed by Norway. Friend to me,
I want to see what they've done with their staging. Yeah.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
Giant lions or something. Anyway, Netherlands, then North Macedonia, and finishing off with.
We've got the
Tomorrow,
Netherlands.
tomorrow's actually, I think tomorrow's is for me definitely the strongest of the 4 days
Yes.
with regards to some of the big hitters and stuff. And it's going to be a really exciting day, and we can't wait to
When
see
you
what
look at who's
happens.
done live performances out of this,
Yeah.
I mean, as in what we've seen sort of seen Malta in a cafe somewhere. We haven't seen Russia, except in a little concert somewhere. We've not seen them like at the previous contest or anything like that. Azerbaijan, we've really seen North Macedonia as well. So yeah, that should be
Can't wait to see what
really
outfit Chinggis or lack of outfit.
Bring it to me, Chinggis. You know you want to. So
Yeah.
thanks everyone for watching today.
We're going to go and water down Anne because Chinggis talk is.
Yeah, shush. Well,
Yeah.
actually, we're going
Chinggis.
to go and cocktail.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tonight
yeah.
we're off to a party, a cocktail party, with Jon Sand and also
She's
Shirley
mixing
Limon
drinks.
from 2005. She's going to be there performing
Yeah,
for us.
she's
We're
mixing
going to head off now, get our glad drags on, get ourselves ready,
Yeah.
and we'll let you know what it's like tomorrow. So thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye.
You're welcome.
Let's go to another fake live now.